A trip to the House floor doesn't last very long for Indiana's right-to-work legislation. Good evening, I'm Jeff Smith. The fate of the right-to-work bill is still in the balance. This evening, News Channel 18's Alex Dyro was at the State House today, and she joins us now with tonight's top story. Alex?
Jeff, Democrats and Republicans were set to reconvene at 4 this afternoon after caucusing and discussing the 44 new amendments to the right-to-work legislation and vote on that piece of legislation. Quorum was not met at that time as the Democrats failed to return. When the time came at 5:30 to attempt to reconvene one more time, Democratic Minority Leader Pat Bauer came onto the House floor to say Democrats would not be returning until tomorrow morning. Now, I just spoke with Republican Representative Tim Brown, who says he's disappointed the Democrats did not hold to their promise to discuss the legislation today. There were previous rumors that a referendum would be included in the amendments. Before the caucus, we caught up with Republican and Democratic representatives. Here's what they had to say.
We will be discussing at length all the amendments, and some of them may be offered and then others may not. And we'll look at both the Republican and Democrat amendments.
We're going to spend time right now, both caucuses, trying to understand what each amendment stands for, what it means to the overall bill. So we'll know a little bit more later this afternoon, and chances are we're going to be here late tonight.
The usual crowd of protesters was present and continued the stream of chanting to voice their opposition to the bill. Earlier, Bauer had promised Republican Speaker of the House Brian Bosma that Democrats would be on the floor today to vote on this issue if Republicans would allow amendments, which they did. Bosma has promised to start enforcing a $1,000 daily fine on the Democrats if they refuse to return to business tomorrow.